Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Jeez.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
And who's calling? Is from Bradford.
Yeah, Safa.
Safa, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. I haven't seen you for a long time. You've not come.
I don't know. Because of the weather.
Oh, it's snowing as well. It's dreadful weather today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very bad. But stay warm. And how have you been learning? What have you been reciting?
I've been learning a few surah, and I've been getting ready for the Q Factor.
You're getting ready for the Q Factor. So you'll have to come to the studio and show me what you've been reading and reciting, how you're getting ready. More importantly, what are you going to read today?
Can I read Surah Amma?
Surah Al-Am, Juz Al-Am. Okay, Amma Yatasaalun, Surah Al-Naba.
Yeah, Surah Al-Naba.
Okay, start when you're ready, Safa, okay? Recite slowly, clearly, please, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عما يتساءلون عن النبع العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون. كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به هبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا.
Okay, stop there, Safa.
Okay.
Well done. There's no major mistakes there you're doing. Subhanallah, your recitation is improving day by day, beautifully. And keep up the good effort. Is anybody else going to recite?
Yeah, Usman.
Okay, put him on. MashaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, Usman. How are you? Uthman.
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. And how old are you, Uthman?
I'm 8.
8. And what are you going to recite? What have you been practicing?
Surah Al-Fil.
Okay, Surah Al-Fil. Okay. Let's start when you're ready, inshallah. Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل.
Uthman, ترميهم. Read that again, please.
بحجارة من سجيل.
ترميهم ميم ساكن أنا.
ترميهم من سجيل.
No, ترميهم بحي.
ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Well done, Uthman. Well done. Keep up the good effort. For an 8-year-old, you recite beautifully. Well done. Keep up the good effort and keep on practicing. Inshallah, you will be successful in this world and the hereafter. Ameen. Jazakallah khair. That's Safa and Uthman Hayat from Bradford. MashaAllah, they've been reciting. Let's take the next call, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who's calling?
Zainab.
Zainab from where?
Manchester.
Are you alright, Zainab? How old are you?
13.
MashaAllah. Okay, what have you been practicing and what have you been reading to Imam Rehan?
I'm going to read Surah Fatiha.
Okay, Surah Al-Fatiha it is then, inshallah. You can start when you're ready. Recite slowly and clearly, inshallah, okay?
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Well done, Zainab, but I'm going to ask you to recite again. Is that okay? But you've got to do one thing slow, one thing different, which is slow down. Reciting too fast. So recite this Surah Al-Fatiha again to me, but please slow down, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and try if you can. You know what the huruf al-halqiyya are?
Yeah.
The ayn and ha, alhamdu. Try and make them a bit more clearer, okay? If you slow down, inshallah, you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay, start when you're ready.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Ameen. Well done. Now this is fantastic. Just slow down a bit more, okay? Slow down and you'll be able to do your makharij, the pronunciation, a bit more clearer. And then once you get into the rhythm, inshallah, it'll become more easier. Well done, Zainab. Next call. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay. I think we've just lost that caller. However, more importantly, let me just say before we start taking more calls, it's very, very important, and I'm going to take my time today to explain certain things in terms of reciting and reading the Quran. And especially for those who are wanting to learn the Quran with tajweed, with good pronunciation, and the right way, the way the Quran was revealed, okay? Now, I give this example a lot of the time. This example is so easy for us to understand if we're speaking English and our English accent is a bit different. Our English accent is got a twang of French accent in it, or a bit of Spanish, or a bit of Arab mixed in, or a bit of Afrikaans. Then people will be thinking or trying to understand, okay, what is this person saying? What is this guy trying to say? Similarly, my brothers and sisters, and especially my children, the Quran, Kalamullah, we recite it daily. More importantly, we recite Quran in our Salah. And if our Fatiha, like just Zainab has recited Fatiha, and I told her to read it again. Why? Because I want her and every one of you to read your Quran beautifully, eloquently, and in the way it was revealed, and sahih, properly. Because Arabic is such a language, you may make one mistake, it will make massive meaning changes, okay? Massive. And as I've said this over and over again, and I'll say this to you again, for those listening at home, and children especially. If you look at قُل huwa Allahu ahad, we say قُل. Qul means say. Kul with a small kaf means eat. The massive difference between qul mean saying and kul mean eat. And similarly, qalbun, kalbun, kalb, heart, qalb, a dog. So you see, massive difference between qaf and kaf, just in qul and kul, qalb and kalb. Similarly, many ayn, with ayn, and ayn with a ayn with a huruf al-halqiyya ayn, and ayn with a hamza. Massive differences. So I can give you example upon example upon example, and even with you changing or me changing the dhamma, fatha, kasra on a letter, on a word. So if I change the dhamma, the pesh, or zabar zair pesh on any of these letters when we're pronouncing the ayats, the meanings can change massively. Okay? So sometimes instead of me doing something, or Allah being the mighty and lofty and highest and doing certain things, you may well, or whoever is reciting the Quran may well attribute that action to somebody else. Na'udhu billah. Okay? Allah save us from transgressing and changing the meanings of the Holy Quran. And Allah make us all learn the Quran with tajweed. Now, learning of the pronunciation is very important. Learning the rules, learning the huruf halqiyya, what they are, learning the idgham, ikhfa, iqlab, and how it happens is not so important as actually practicing them. Okay? We have to bring them into amal, into practice. So if everybody, all of you know the rules, but you can't pronounce the Quran properly, then it's no use, is it really? So what we need to do is apply this into our lives, and apply it in terms of practicing and reading, especially in our namaz and in our Quran. And this is so important that we get closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in our salah, and we are reading the Quran in a correct manner. Okay, I know, yes, we have got calls, and I did want to say these few words, so let's take our calls inshallah, and I will say a few more words a bit later on inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I think we're having a bit of a technical problem with our phone calls, but not a problem. That gives me opportunity to say what I was saying, which is so important, that just like our Quran and reciting of the Quran with tajweed is so important. Now, some of you may relate to this in terms of knowing the driving theory. Driving, actually, you take your 2 tests, and one is your exams on paper, and one is practical. Similarly, your Quran, you may know all your qawa'id, you may know all your asma'ul sifat, you may know all your muds, you may know all the things about the Quran in terms of the stories, the ahkams, but you've not practiced and you've not learned the Quran, or you've not recited the Quran with a qari or with a teacher or with somebody. Hence, you've got this opportunity. All of you have this opportunity. You can go on to our Iqra YouTube, and Brother Rehan, mashallah, Allah reward him and Allah bless him. He's done all the huruf. He's done all the huruf and how to pronounce. So you don't even have to call in live. You don't even have to maybe call into Iqra Studio, but you can still go onto YouTube and get the lessons of the tajweed, lessons of the Quran, and how each letter is pronounced. This is the start. Starting with your letters. Start with your huruf, and how and where they originate from. The makharij, as it's known as. What the makharij are. You don't need to say the makharij that this letter comes from this place and this. But what we do need to do is very important, is actually practice. So ayn, kha, ha, ih, Look at these has that we pronounce in alhamdu or rahman and rahim. How we pronounce and how we learn this is important, and how we apply into our recitation, and slowly learning in terms of doing this is so important. That's why quantity is not important, quality is. Now I say to all of you children at home and elders, those that are watching, and this is the time for children to call in and children to recite, and usually they do call in and speak to Rehan, but today I'm going to take time out and speak to you children at home and inshallah explain. what all our children should be doing is taking at least half an hour to 45 minutes a day in terms of mashqul Quran, practicing of the Quran. And even if that's just half a page of mashq practicing, and even the half page, you don't read the whole half page, you read one line over and over again, and practice those what I would call tongue twisters, or those difficult to pronounce words, and some find the huruf al-halqiyya, depending on where we're from, where we originate from. If we're from South Asia, so the South Asian people find ha, ain, kha, etc., etc. to pronounce difficult, and this is because of our language, our mother tongue. But Quran is easy for everybody to recite. More importantly, let's get the children calling in. Let's get children calling us in terms of reciting the Holy Quran and encouraging your Quran, even if they're going to madrasa. Most children do go to madrasa, or maktab as we call it, in the evening after 5 until 6, or maybe 6 till 7, depending on where they're going or what area they're living in. It's important that we still practice at home and take time out at home. So important. It's unbelievable that whether it's after school or after we come back from madrasa or before we go to bed, we practice half an hour, 45 minutes. Try and get into the habit of reciting the Quran. One small virtue, and then we're going to go to a break, and after the break we'll take some calls inshallah, is the house that the Holy Quran, the Kalamullah, is recited in, is shining so bright, just like the stars in the sky shine to us. And I hope all of us want our houses to shine out with goodness, with rahmah, with barakah, with angels, malaikatul rahmah, surrounding us, surrounding our houses. Why? Because the Kalamullah, the words of Allah, the Quran is being recited in there, and inshallah this will become a means of blessing, barakah, rahmah, tranquility, peace, and everything in our lives and in the hereafter will become so easy. Why? Because this is the blessing and rahmah of the Quran. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Let's go to a short break. Be back with you shortly inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.